everyone, welcome to Sanity Check. I'm Heather, this is Kendra, and today we will be discussing responsibilities. In my world, I try not to have too many responsibilities, but obviously there's like the main ones. So I have work, paying my bills, making sure my tenants are paying their bills and that everything's okay with the house, and then socially just making sure I'm being a considerate friend to everyone.
My responsibilities include being a supportive wife, a mom who is always thinking of her daughter's best interest, a good employee, as well as a caring daughter and sister. All right, so Heather, you said that you don't like to have a lot of responsibilities. So what do? Run from them? Avoid them?
That's exactly
what does that look like?
I don't run from them. I make very conscious decisions about what I'm going to take on and what I sign up for. I also set a lot of boundaries when I do sign up for things so that I don't become overwhelmed and it doesn't become a burdensome responsibility for me.
Yeah.
So it works, but it may not work for everyone. So it's just kind of a me thing.
Yeah. I feel like what you said about setting boundaries just made me think about like not saying yes to everything. Like there's lots of things that you might want to do, even good things that might be helpful to someone else or something like that. But at the end of the day, like you said, you do have to be able to, manage all of your current responsibilities. So when you have the option to add something new, you really have to like decide.
Right, and I don't want to say yes to the first couple of things that come up, and then something awesome comes and I can't take it because I said yes to everything.
She's booked.
Yeah, I don't want to be booked and busy. So I do make very conscious decisions in all of that. One of the things that you said about being a supportive wife, what does that look like? Because for me, who doesn't have to worry about things to other people, what does being a supportive wife mean to you?
Yeah. To me, it just means that, when you decided to get married and to sign up and to merge your lives and to, start a life with this person, that means that you can't just think about yourself anymore. So I just can't think about myself anymore, which is not necessarily an easy adjustment to make in the beginning, but supporting his ideas, supporting his dreams, supporting, and not just in theory, but kind of like being there, boots on the ground, so if you have an idea about something, I'm not just like, oh yeah, that sounds good. So one thing that I actually just realized is that when we listed our responsibilities, we didn't list the responsibility that we have to ourselves to simply just care for ourselves and make time for ourselves, which is huge. So do you have anything in particular that you do that you're like, this is a responsibility that I have for myself, I make time for it no matter what? Nothing cuts into this for me.
I think I do it so often, that's why I forgot about it. Like, not all my free time, but I do make it a point to make at least like an hour and a half a day me time.
Wow, that's a long time.
It's amazing.
That's a long time. I wish.
But like, 'cause I have to talk to people at work all day, and I have to like, this is gonna sound horrible, because I have to think so hard. I just need a moment to kind of be like, simple for a second. Like, I don't need to think about anything. I need to laugh about something stupid. I need to drink my wine.
Yeah.
Not look at my phone. Find a good book. Find a good movie or whatever, and just remove all of the world for a second. Just kind of like decompose.
That is complete opposite for me though. I have to be so intentional about it, and I think it's just because I have this little person who is depending on me for any and everything, and it's something that I definitely want to embrace right now, that she's at a stage where mommy and daddy are her life and she wants to be around us all the time. But that definitely means that I have to be extremely intentional about doing things for myself. I think I may have even mentioned this before, but like nightly, I said an hour and a half is a long time for you, because I do maybe like 30 minutes. So like the immediate 30 minutes after I put her to sleep is my absolutely do nothing time of the day. And I'm usually on social media or just doing, like you said, doing something of no substance.
Yeah, literally.
Just to clear my mind so I don't have to think about anything. That's my daily thing. Throughout the week, things that I would like to do that are just for me that maybe I can fit in to do more would be like taking a bubble bath. Like that's just my thing, because like day to day I don't have time. It's a shower, jump in, jump out, you know, whatever. But like taking a bubble bath is just like the most relaxing thing that I could do.
So since you brought up that sometimes we do forget ourselves as a responsibility, what are some things that help you to realize why that is important?
So it really just boils down to how the saying goes that you can't pour from an empty cup. So, and that really just makes me think that in order for me to take care of all my responsibilities, you know, be the wife and the mom that I need to be in my family, that I have to have energy, that my sanity has to be literally in check, that I have to be in a certain realm of peace, and that's where self-care comes into place. Because if I'm run down, then I'm no help to someone else. I end up making more mistakes than I need to, you know? And it's like, when you're tired, you just
don't want to do anything.
Exactly. And what you're putting out is not at your best. You know, so I want to be at my best, and that means simply taking time for myself.
Actually this summer when I was getting the house ready for my new tenant, I was literally driving from home to there, which is like an hour and a half drive every weekend. So there was no me time. So when vendors were coming, when I was going to work and having to take phone calls for certain stuff, like I was super agitated. So unfortunately, they weren't getting the nice Heather. They weren't getting the business-minded Heather who can actually think through something and say, wait, that actually doesn't make sense. And so there were a lot of steps. Unfortunately, I had to pay for it twice. Because I didn't think through it the first time, or I was rushing because I had something else to do on the other side of the city, or I was just exhausted and I didn't want to do it. So it was a hard lesson this summer. It was a super hard lesson. So in everything that we've talked about today regarding responsibilities, the biggest point we want to make is to make sure you take care of yourself. There's always going to be something to do. There's always going to be some phone call to make, some bill to pay. But in all of that, you also want to make sure that you are at your best. So in order to do that, you do want to take some time out and prioritize what does that look like for you, and make sure, you, like Kendra said, that you're intentional about that. So we will see you guys next week, and thanks for watching.